Federal Ministers, Deputy Prime Minister. And it's such a pleasure, Mr. Gates, to meet you again after we met in Riyadh. And we had a wonderful discussion over there. Your contribution towards suffering humanity can't be measured in terms of your personal efforts, in terms of your valuable contribution, financially and otherwise. And Pakistan, as one of those beneficiaries of your benevolence, particularly in the field of eradication of polio, and of course other allied health areas, whether it's malnutrition, mother and child healthcare, and of course women's empowerment, and so on and so forth. Fortunately, we were almost close to wiping out polio from the face of Pakistan, but then suddenly, unfortunately, things took a negative turn, and it has again come back in certain parts of Pakistan. But that does not mean that we have failed in our efforts. I can assure you that the federal government, along with all the provincial governments, are completely resolved to beat this menace and beat it forever, and it will not then be allowed to enter the frontiers of Pakistan. Easier said than done, but if we were close to victory, why can't we back to that point again? I know I just got, ladies and gentlemen, these sheets from Mr. Gates. It shows Pakistan in 2022 and Pakistan in 2024 in terms of polio hit area. And then there's another slide, $800 million in a cumulative impact. Pakistan polio eradication investment in the last 3 years, 2022, $240 million, 2023, $263 million, 2024, $297 million. Polio investment has been greater than revenue from Pakistan fruit crop export over the last 2 years. And that's a fact. And 30% contribution comes from Bill Gates Foundation. Saudi Arabia has chipped in a big way, and they have made a pledge. When we were there in Saudi Arabia, on the sidelines of World Economic Forum, they committed $500 million over the next 5 years. But that does not mean that this opportunity will be there forever. If we are not able to show results in our own interest, not to please him or to please the world, to protect our own children, their lives, make them healthier. So if we don't act and act swiftly, then, ladies and gentlemen, this opportunity, God forbid, can be lost forever. To say, Mr. Gates, that we are completely resolved. This is a newly elected government in Islamabad and in the 4 provinces of Pakistan, and we shall spare no effort to control this menace, come what may. Of course, security is an issue, I agree. And just day before yesterday, we had a holistic security conference here in this room, where all provinces were present, so the presence of their chief ministers and the IG police and chief secretaries, and of course chief army staff. And we had a very lengthy discussion as to how to counter this resurging threat of terrorism, and of course other relevant security issues. Unfortunately, people crossing the border, some of them carried this virus, and we have to deal with this problem. We have to deal with this factor, and most effectively. That said, we have undertaken 5 polio campaigns in the last 6 months, and 2 nationwide campaigns. Dr. Mukhtar Bharat is our coordinator on health. Along with his team, he will be working with the provinces very closely. And of course, we will produce results in coming weeks and months, inshallah. I was very happy to meet Chris immediately after we arrived from Saudi Arabia, and we had a wonderful discussion. And Madam Manita is a great human resource. She's doing a great job for this country. I think gender is a very important area, and there our contributions are highly applauded. There are other areas of our mutual cooperation, and the latest has been digitization. I cannot thank you enough for your very speedy response. Karan Das is one of your subsidiary here in Pakistan, and Waqasul Hassan, Chief Executive Officer, and then he sought your permission, and within weeks we got a world-class consultant to completely digitize Federal Board of Revenue. I thank you very much for your very speedy cooperation, and this will bring huge dividends to Pakistan's economy. And similarly, I think this digitalization is the tool which is being used today around the globe. And if we can seek your advice and your suggestion in this behalf, how to completely digitize our education, our health. In the end, Bill Gates, I'd like to reassure you of our iron resolve to put in all resources most sincerely and seriously to meet this challenge, and I will hold regular stock takes with the provinces, probably every 2 months or 3 months, and sometime I'll bother you to join us through Zoom.
Great.
And that would be something very helpful. And I can assure you on behalf of my colleagues here, my federal, provincial ministers and provincial chief secretaries and health department officials, federal and provincial, that we will live up to your expectations and to the people of Pakistan. Thank you very much.
Great. Yeah. We did a fantastic job. We need to take all the good work we've done in the past and do it in all these areas and a little bit better, particularly in South KP for this next 6 months.
.5% करने का मैनिफेस्टो में दिया है.